Abigail's haven was Sans Rise, casting a warm golden glow across the water. Seagulls wheeled overhead. Their cries echoed the timeless song of the ocean. Abigail inhaled the salty air, her eyes fixating on the horizon. As the waves danced below, a surge of boldness coursed through Abigail. She wanted to get closer, to feel the spray on her skin and capture the raw power of the sea up close. She slowly edged closer to the cliff's edge, her feet dangling over the precipice. The ocean's roar filled her senses, and she lost herself in the moment. The relentless rhythm of the waves beckoned her, whispering secrets of the deep. The camera clicked and whirred as it captured the play of light and shadow on the water's surface. She frames the shot with expert precision, the beauty of nature unfolding before her lens. Then suddenly, a massive dorsal fin cut through the water's surface as if it had emerged from the depths of her worst nightmares. Abigail's heart leaped into her throat and she froze. Before her, a great white shark, a behemoth of the deep, circled ominously. The once tranquil scene transformed into a heart-pounding nightmare. Abigail's breaths came in ragged gasps as her mind raced to comprehend the dangerous situation she had found herself in. The predator below gleamed in the morning light, its rows of razor-sharp teeth as a stark reminder of the ocean's unforgiving nature. In the face of this primal terror, Abigail's instincts kicked in. She knew she had to retreat, so she put distance between herself and the approaching menace. With trembling legs, she pulled herself away from the edge of the cliffs, her eyes never leaving the circling shark. But she realized it was too late. The predator locked onto her presence with an uncanny sense of purpose. It struck with a swift, savage movement, baring its teeth in a flurry of white and gray. Abigail barely had time to react. The impact hit her from below like a freight train. The world around her erupted into chaos as she was torn from the cliffs and plunged into the icy embrace of the Pacific. Salt water stung her eyes and filled her mouth as she thrashed in the dark abyss. The once serene ocean transformed into a battleground, and Abigail became the unwilling combatant. Panic surged through her veins as her limbs flailed, and she futilely struggled to stay afloat against the pull of the depths. As hope seemed to slip away, Abigail glimpsed the relentless predator, circling back for another pass. The shark locked onto her as an evil intelligence lurked within. The creature was a product of pure instinct, honed by millions of years of evolution into a ruthless killing machine. As the colossal jaws of the shark drew nearer, Abigail realized she had mere seconds left. Her mind raced through the stories she had heard of such encounters, tales of survival and loss. She had always hoped to be on the side of those who survived to tell the tale. As despair claimed her, a glimmer of hope emerged from the murky depths. A boat operated by a group of weathered fishermen had appeared on the horizon. They witnessed the horrifying spectacle unfold and raced towards the fray. The fishermen, grizzled ocean veterans, had witnessed the sea's brutality, but nothing could have prepared them for the sight that greeted them that fateful morning. They were etched into their memories. The woman in the water frantically splashed, the shark circled, and the tragedy loomed. Abigail fought to stay afloat with every ounce of strength she possessed. The chilling water sapped her energy and her limbs grew heavy. The vastness of the ocean swallowed her screams for help. A battle of wills ensued as a lone human faced off against a relentless apex predator. The fishermen wasted no time, their faces etched with determination and concern. They maneuvered their boat precisely, closing the gap between them and the unfolding horror. Their oars cut through the water with purpose as the boat sliced through the waves like a knife. The moments ticked away, and each one felt like an eternity. The shark sensed that its prey was slipping away and surged forward with renewed vigor. Its immense form was breaking the surface. Its teeth gleamed in the harsh sunlight. The fishermen knew they raced against time. They had to reach Abigail before the shark did. With a final burst of effort, they pulled alongside her just as the predator closed in for the kill. Rough hands reached out and grabbed Abigail's arms, pulling her aboard the boat. Her body trembled, her skin pale as death. The adrenaline coursed through her veins, keeping her conscious. The fishermen did not waste any time in putting distance between themselves and the monstrous shark. They knew that the battle was far from over. The great white continued to circle, reminding everyone of the dangers lurking beneath the ocean's surface. Abigail kept her gaze fixed on the pursuing terror as the boat sped away. Undeterred by its missed opportunity, the shark continued to patrol the waters. Its dark eye glinted with primal hunger. The creature was born of eons, surviving in its own right, and would not be deterred so easily. The fishermen, undaunted by the relentless pursuit, experienced the ways of the sea. They knew they couldn't outrun the shark indefinitely. In a desperate bid to divert their attention, they made a gut-wrenching decision. One of the fishermen, a seasoned mariner named Carlos, volunteered to offer himself as a sacrifice. He climbed to the edge of the boat, grimly determined, his heart heavy with the weight of his decision. He held a large fish, and its scales glinted in the sunlight. Carlos swiftly hurled the fish into the water, and the splash echoed like a death knell. Driven by instinct, the shark couldn't resist the tempting bait. It closed its jaws around the fish in a lightning-fast strike. A burst of foam and frenzy marked the moment. The sacrifice bought them precious seconds. The fishermen seized the opportunity and steered the boat further offshore, leaving the monstrous predator in their wake. The relentless pursuit of the shark became a distant specter on the horizon, a testament to the bravery and cunning of those who defied the odds. Once they were safely back on solid ground, Abigail's companions rushed her to a nearby clinic. They found her body battered and bruised, but will encounter. The shattered lens and waterlogged casing reflected somberly the natural world's power. But Abigail knew that material possessions could be replaced, while life was an irreplaceable gift. Abigail returned to her hotel room, and the weight of the experience settled around her like a cloak. She was staring out at the ocean, once a source of solace, now holding a new replica, a place renowned for its rugged cliffs and the eternal ebb and flow of the Pacific Ocean. The surging waves and their insatiable thirst for adventure intermatched, fueling many beachside debates and late-night study sessions onto the ocean for its beauty and the stories it held. John Harris, the youngest of the trio at 24, was a spirited freediver, equally at ease beneath the waves as above them. Originally from Los Angeles, he had moved to Pacifica to pursue his passion for free waves, which enchanted and intimidated even the most seasoned surfers and bodyboarders. The waves crashed against the shore with rhythmic ferocity, inviting the trio into the dangerous embrace of the ocean. Emerged a creature that would shatter their idyllic day. A bull shark, a formidable ocean predator, surged towards Mark with astonishing speed and deadly intent. Its menacing and unmistakable filled the trio with dread. Mark's heart raced as he recognized the peril they were in. He shouted at Gary and John, a warning that became a primal scream as the shark bore down on him. The bull shark attacked in a swift, brutal strike, its jaws clamping onto Mark's leg. The ferocity of the assault was beyond comprehension. The force of the bite sent shockwaves through the group, the reality sinking in like an anchor, dragging them into the depths of fear. Gary and John watched in horror as their friend fought for his life, grappling with the ruthless predator. The sea turned crimson as the struggle continued. Mark's desperate cries echoed, the sound of pain and fear reverberating through the waves. The shark's power was awe-inspiring, its primal hunger driving it to overpower its prey. With every passing moment, hope waned. Mark's strength was ebbing away, his body succumbing to the agonizing grip of the shark. Once a place of joy and adventure, as the bull shark's jaws clamped down on Mark's leg, the world seemed to slow to a nightmarish crawl. Mark's survival instincts kicked in. He summoned all his strength and unleashed a barrage of desperate kicks and punches. His fists pounded the shark's rough skin. His feet flailed The bull shark lunged at Mark, its teeth sinking into his leg with a sharp, piercing bite. Mark cried in pain as the shark's powerful jaws clamped down. Gary and John, by the sudden resistance, the bull shark briefly shook its head before releasing Mark and seemed impossibly far, and the shark, though momentarily defeated, still circled ominously nearby. Mark's blood trailed behind them, a grotesque marker of their desperate escape. The pain in his leg was excruciating, but he clung to consciousness, determined to return to the shore's safety. Gary and John could feel the sand beneath their feet as they neared the shallower waters. With a final burst of strength, they half-carried and half-dragged Mark onto the shore. The adrenaline that had fueled their fight against the and their swift actions gave Mark a fighting chance. An air ambulance was summoned to airlift Mark to the nearest trauma center. The minutes ticked by with agonizing slowness as they waited for the helicopter's arrival. Stick crew worked seamlessly together, their expertise a beacon of hope amid despair. Mark was prepped for surgery, and the grim reality of his situation sank in. Hours turned into days as Mark underwent multiple surgeries to repair the extensive damage inflicted by the shark. The news of Mark's shark attack sent shockwaves through their coastal community. It served as a stark reminder of the unpredictable and untamed nature of the ocean. Beachgoers and surfers, once fearless in their pursuit of waves, now approached the water with newfound respect and caution. The bull shark's attack had left an indelible mark on their lives, a reminder that humans were but visitors in the realm of nature. Yet it also revealed 2003 divers, each with a unique passion. Pacific Ocean kissed the rugged shoreline. Baycroft was a tight-knit community, where life was intertwined with the ebb and flow of the ocean. Fishing boats dotted the marina, surfboards lined the sandy shores, and the salted breeze was a constant companion. It was a town where everybody knew each other, their lives revolving around the sea. Fishing, surfing, and diving were as much a part of the culture as the salty air that filled their lungs. The decision to venture beyond the usual diving spots emerged from their shared desire to discover uncharted territories in the ocean they had always known. Rumors had been circulating about a mystical reef, hidden from the ordinary diver's eye, teeming with elusive marine species. The whispers of this reef, which had reached their ears through stories told by the old fishermen in Baycroft, were the catalyst for their adventure. It was whispered that this reef held secrets of a world rarely seen, a treasure trove for an adventure that would forever mark their lives. The reef they sought was a few miles off the Australian coast, promising an exploration beyond the ordinary. drawing them to the unknown with an irresistible allure. Little did they know their adventure would soon become a chilling battle for survival. The vibrant reef greeted them with a kaleidoscope of colors as they descended, a hidden paradise beneath the waves. Fish of all sizes darted amidst the corals, creating a mesmerizing underwater dance. They swam further, their excitement mounting as they ventured into uncharted territory. But in this idyllic realm, danger lurked. A great white shark, a formidable predator of the deep, had sensed their presence. With a sudden burst of speed, it lunged towards them, jaws agape, aiming for a devastating attack. Sarah, the closest to the shark, saw its razor-sharp teeth closing in. Instinctively, she kicked and pushed herself away, narrowly evading a direct hit. However, the shark's power was immense, and its teeth grazed her leg, leaving behind deep gashes. Blood clouded the water, a stark reminder of their peril. Seeing Sarah's struggle, Mark grabbed her and pulled her towards a rock formation, shouting for Jake to follow. They huddled together, their hearts racing, faces stricken with fear. The shark circled, its cold, unrelenting eyes fixated on them, calculating its next move. Jake, a seasoned surfer familiar with the primal force of the ocean, knew they needed to act decisively. He grabbed a pointed piece of rock, intending to distract the shark and give his friends a chance to escape. With all his strength, he hurled the stone in the opposite direction. The shark, momentarily diverted by the movement, turned away from the trio and pursued the rock. This gave Sarah, Mark, and Jake a precious window of opportunity. They swam as fast as their battered bodies allowed, heading towards the surface, their hearts pounding in their chests. Injured and frightened, they reached their boat and hoisted themselves on board. The reality of their near-fatal encounter sank in. Sarah's leg was bleeding profusely, and Mark had sustained injuries to his arm and side. Though physically less affected, Jake was emotionally scarred by the terrifying event. With adrenaline still coursing through their veins, they radioed for emergency help, guiding the rescue team to their location. The chilling reality of what had just transpired sank as the boat sped towards the shore. Their lives had been on the line, and they had narrowly escaped the jaws of the mighty predator. Sarah's injuries were severe, requiring urgent medical attention. The boat rushed back to base. Her friends visited her regularly. The harrowing experience strengthened their bond. The incident profoundly impacted the trio's love for the ocean. While the allure of the sea remained, it was now tinged with caution and respect for its power. They continued to dive, but with a newfound awareness of the risks involved. Their passion for exploring the depths persisted, but they were now seeing the rugged coast of the Caribbean Sea. A chilling narrative unfolded, etching itself into the annals of the fishing vessel Triton's Bounty, a boat that had weathered countless storms and navigated the cusp of a new millennium, brimming with hope and uncertainty. The crew had set sail on a moonlit night, the stars illuminating the inky expanse, their expectations as vast as the ocean. They aimed to venture farther into the depths than ever before, chasing the whispers of a bountiful catch, a promise of prosperity that beckoned from the heart of the Pacific. The boat sliced through the waves, leaving a shimmering trail. The winds whispered secrets of the ocean, and the crew listened intently. The depths held more than just the promise of a prosperous catch. A shadow lurked, a creature of nightmares, ready to turn their expedition into a struggle for survival. The bull shark, a formidable predator distinguished by its robust physique, prowled stealthily beneath the water's surface. The aroma of bait and the frenetic movements of fish in the vicinity ignited its primal instincts. Generations of struggling fish on their lines, the shark approached, curious and opportunistic. In a sudden and shock, clamped onto her leg with a powerful bite. Pain coursed through her body as she let out a startled cry. In the chaos of the shark's sudden attack, Maria felt the searing pain of its bite as it clamped down on her leg. The force of the impact knocked her off balance, her screams echoing across the waves. Acting on instinct, Ethan and Miguel rushed to pull Maria away from the boat's edge, the water around her now stained violently from the shark's assault. The creature was relentless in its pursuit. The crew scrambled to defend their vessel, fighting with all their might against the primal force of the ocean's fury. Armed with a harpoon, Ryan bravely plunged it into the shark's side, momentarily causing the predator to release its grip on the boat. The wounded creature thrashed, its agony fueling its rage. A seasoned fisherman, Miguel grabbed a gaff hook, joining Ryan in the fight to protect their crew. With adrenaline surging through their veins, they struck at the relentless shark, their determination to save their friends propelling their every move. Torn between assisting Maria and aiding his comrades, Ethan fought to casting an eerie glow on the raging sea. The crew of Triton's Bounty held their ground, their battle cries drowned by the ocean's roar. The arrival of the Coast Guard marked a turning point as they chased the relentless shark away, allowing the crew to breathe a sigh of relief. Maria was rushed to the hospital, her leg badly injured, the agony etched on her face. Though physically battered and emotionally scarred, the crew stood together, united by an experience that forever altered their ocean perception. In the waters had become treacherous, and the physical and emotional scars resonated deeply within the community, symbolizing hope and determination. They organized fundraisers and events to assist with her medical expenses and rehabilitation, showcasing the incredible strength of their bond. Maria's journey became a source of profound admiration for Ethan, Ryan, and Miguel. They witnessed firsthand her unwavering courage and determination to reclaim her life. The crew of Triton's Bounty, forever bound by their trials, vowed to continue their maritime adventures, approaching the ocean with a newfound respect and understanding. Maria's story was a beacon of light, a testament to the indomitable human spirit, proving that even in the face of the worst circumstances, one could find hope, purpose, and the strength to triumph over adversity. Through her strength and resilience, Maria transformed tragedy into a legacy of inspiration, forever etching her name into the hearts of all who knew her tale. And the sea was more than just a hobby. It was a way to find solace and escape from the relentless pressures of his professional life. The vast expanse of the ocean provided him with a sense of freedom and tranquility by visiting the seaside. On the morning of their adventure, Partner picked up Jerry, and they embarked on their journey to the seaside. As they approached their destination, they observed a multitude of people enjoying the beauty of the water, further stoking their excitement. Upon reaching the shore, they wasted no time. The stresses and worries that had plagued him since the recent business setback seemed to melt away with each wave. Jerry allowed his thoughts to flow freely, generating new business ideas and solutions as he rode the waves. It was a rare moment of clarity and respite, and he relished every second of it. However, during this serene escape, Jerry failed to notice the looming danger that lurked beneath the water's surface. Unbeknownst to him, a colossal shark had emerged from the depths, creating a turbulent disturbance in the sea. The shark, its massive jaws clamping in sight of the shark's attack, had alerted him, checking emails even as they embarked on their trip. As the shark's teeth tore into his hand. Fortunately, the boat operator had seen the shark's reflection in the water and rushed to Arian's aid. He quickly retrieved equipment to fend off the shark and struck the creature on the head, forcing it to release its grip on Arian's hand. The shark had already done significant damage, tearing apart a portion of Arian's hand before disappearing back into the depths of the sea. The boat operator acted swiftly and returned Arian to his family on the shore. They rushed him to the hot water. With this wisdom in mind, Noah strived to maintain absolute stillness, hoping the shark would eventually lose interest. But the hammerhead, perhaps intrigued or threatened, circled him, its fin occasionally breaking the water's surface. Each pass felt like a calculated move, a dance of danger between man and beast. As the hammerhead continued its circling dance, Noah tried to recall every piece of information he had learned about sharks. He remembered reading that maintaining eye contact could sometimes deter a shark, as it gives the impression of being a potential threat rather than prey. With every ounce of courage he could muster, Noah locked eyes with the creature, trying to convey a message of mutual respect. Minutes felt like hours. The sun's rays pierced the water, creating a shimmering effect around the shark, adding an almost surreal quality to the situation. As the standoff continued, Noah felt a strange connection with the hammerhead. It was as if both were trying to understand the intentions of the other. Suddenly, from the corner of his eye, Noah noticed a group of manta rays gliding gracefully nearby. The rays seemed to captivate the hammerhead's attention with their vast wingspans and serene movements. The shark, perhaps sensing a more accessible or familiar interaction, slowly drifted towards them, its interest in Noah waning. Seizing this unexpected opportunity, Noah began to paddle softly, making his way back to the shallower waters. With every stroke, he felt a mix of relief and disbelief. The shore, which had seemed so distant earlier, now beckoned him with open arms. When he finally reached the beach, Noah collapsed on the sand, the weight of the ordeal crashing down on him. A few beachgoers rushed to his side, offering water and comfort. In the days that followed, Noah's perspective on the ocean changed. He realized that while it offered beauty and adventure, it also demanded respect. The ocean was a world with its own rules and inhabitants. Determined to share his coastal town where time seemed to stand still, its pristine beaches and azure. One day, a local named Jasper mentioned a spot called the Crescent Abyss. It was whispered among the townsfolk that this part of the sea was home to the majestic hammerhead sharks. While many avoided it out of fear or respect, Eli's adventurous spirit saw it as a challenge. A few mornings later, Eli paddled towards the Crescent Abyss. The ocean here felt different, deeper, more mysterious. As he glided over a huge wave, a shadow darted below him. Before he could react, a forceful tug pulled him underwater. Emerging from the blue was a massive hammerhead shark. Its eyes, set wide on its uniquely shaped head, seemed to be sizing up this intruder in its domain. Eli's heart raced, but his adventurous spirit kept panic at bay. He knew he had to think quickly. Floating as still as possible on his board, Eli tried to minimize any threat he might pose to the shark. Perhaps puzzled by this unfamiliar presence, the hammerhead circled Eli, its sleek form cutting effortlessly through the water. The ocean's vastness, the shark's proximity, and the realization of his situation weighed heavily on Eli. He knew he had to make a move, but what? The The silent ballet between Eli and the hammerhead persisted, a delicate balance of intrigue and caution. A fleeting shadow passed over Eli each time the shark's dorsal fin broke the water's surface. The once inviting waters of tides and their flight, they gathered at the airport, their enthusiasm and anticipation evident in their smiles. The flight was scheduled for 9 a.m., and they should have checked their bags and settled into their seats. As they soared through the sky, leaving their homeland behind, they couldn't help but take in the breathtaking views below. The journey to China was not only a physical one, but also a spiritual and emotional adventure. They shared stories, laughed, and took countless selfies to capture the memories they were creating. Upon landing at the Chinese airport, their eyes widened with wonder as they took in the sights and sounds of a foreign land. It was their first time in China, and the airport alone was an adventure. Eager to start their journey, they decided to head directly to their destination. After a quick search, they found a comfortable hotel by the sea with stunning ocean views. They checked in and enjoyed a hearty lunch before retiring to their rooms. The long flight had exhausted them, but their spirits were high, knowing they would soon explore the sea. In the evening, as the sun cast its golden glow over the sea, they decided to venture out to the seaside. Mia, with her surfboard in tow, couldn't contain her excitement. The prospect of reconnecting with the waves was exhilarating. The friends settled on the beach, enjoying the tranquil beauty of the sea. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm hue over the sea. Music filled the air, laughter echoed, and the camera clicked as they captured the moment's beauty. However, a formidable presence lurked in the deep waters, a tiger shark, a creature of awe and terror. Because of its instincts, the shark heard human voices and the sounds of splashing water. It swiftly closed the distance between itself and the surfers, its massive form hidden beneath the waves. As the tiger shark approached, it targeted Mia's surfboard, mistaking it for prey. In a shocking and brutal assault, it lunged at the board with ferocious power, tearing it apart. The surfers on the beach watched in horror as Mia was separated from her board and plunged into the water. Fear gripped the hearts of those who witnessed the terrifying spectacle in the chaos that ensued. The sea had turned into a battleground, and Mia was at the storm's center. The shark circled, its instincts urging it to strike again. Mia summoned all her courage and instincts during the turmoil as a surfer. She paddled with incredible speed, her heart pounding with adrenaline. The shark continued to circle, its presence a looming threat as it lamented its missed opportunity. Mia's friends on the shore watched helplessly as their dear friend fought for her life. They screamed for help, praying for her safety. Mia's life hung in the balance as she paddled with determination, her eyes fixed on the shore. With unwavering bravery, Mia reached the safety of the shore, her arms aching from the exertion. Her friends rushed to her side, their faces a mix of relief and concern. It was a bittersweet victory, for Mia had survived the brutal encounter, but her body bore the scars of the battle. Mia's leg was severely injured, a testament to the ferocity of the shark's attack. Blood stained the water, a chilling reminder of their peril. She couldn't help but be grateful for her life and the love of her friends. Once a place of solace and adventure, the sea had revealed its formidable power, but it had also shown her the strength of her spirit. The experience also permanently altered Mia's friends. They had witnessed nature's raw force and the human spirit's resilience. The incident would forever remain etched in their memories, a testament to the enduring bond of friendship and the indomitable will to survive. In the history of India, the tale of Mia and her courageous battle against a tiger shark will be remembered as a story of triumph over adversity. It was a reminder that even in the face of the most daunting challenges, the human spirit could prevail, and the bonds of friendship could withstand the test of time and terror. 1998 was shaping up to be an unforgettable year. The city, with its golden sands and azure waters, was gearing up for its annual surfing championship. Tourists and surf enthusiasts flocked to the beaches, eager to witness the spectacle. Jamie Foster, a 19-year-old local, was the star everyone was betting on. With a natural talent for surfing and a deep connection, he spotted a shadow darting swiftly beneath him. Before he could react, a hammerhead shark, enticed by the board's movement, lunged at him, clamping its jaws down on his ankle. The pain was immediate and searing. Blood clouded the water around Jamie as he tried to free himself from the shark's grip. Each second felt like an eternity. The once serene morning had turned into a scene of chaos. On the shore, a few early risers noticed the struggle. Among them was Alex Turner, a former lifeguard with years of experience. Alex dove into the water without a second thought, swimming with powerful strokes towards Jamie. The shark, perhaps startled by Jamie's frantic movements, momentarily released its grip. Seizing the opportunity, Jamie them a few times but didn't attack again. Perhaps it had realized that Jamie wasn't its usual prey. By the time they reached the shore, the beach was temporarily closed, and the surfing championship was postponed. The incident served as a stark reminder of the unpredictability of the ocean and the creatures that inhabit it. The sun was setting, casting a golden hue over Wavecrest's beaches. The aftermath of the shark attack had left the community in shock. But the event was not just a competition, but a celebration of the bond between the surfer and the sea, rekindling his bond with the ocean. Word spread that Jamie was training again, and the town rallied behind him. The beach became a hub of activity, with locals and tourists coming to watch the young surfer's comeback. His determination was infectious, inspiring others to face their fears. The crowd cheered, their voices merging with the roar of the ocean. The waves were a siren song for many, but for newcomers, they were a challenge to be conquered. With its serene beaches and clear waters, the town was a haven for novice and experienced surfers. Noah Bennett, a 22-year-old from the bustling city of Landridge, had recently moved to Seabrook for college. The ocean, with its vastness and mystery. One morning, feeling particularly adventurous and wanting to test his newly acquired skills, Noah decided to explore a different part of the beach, away from the watchful eyes of his instructor. He had heard whispers about Shark's Cove, a secluded spot known for its challenging waves, and as legends had it, a frequent visiting ground for hammerhead sharks. Most locals avoided it, but Noah's curiosity got the better of him. The waters at Shark's Cove were different. They were more profound, the waves more unpredictable. But Noah was undeterred. As he paddled further, the shore became a distant blur. Engrossed in his adventure, he didn't notice the shadow that began to form beneath him. Suddenly, a forceful tug pulled him down. Panic set in as he found himself staring into the eyes of a massive hammerhead shark. With its distinctive head and swift movements, the creature seemed to be assessing this unfamiliar presence in its territory. Noah's heart raced as he recalled a piece of advice from his instructor. If ever in danger, the instruction was clear: avoid panicking. Swift movements could lure unwanted attention into the water, and now felt like a vast, unpredictable expanse. Drawing from snippets of information he'd gathered over the years, Eli remembered that sharks, especially hammerheads, often rely on electromagnetic fields to detect prey. He removed a metallic necklace he wore, a keepsake from his hometown, and tossed it a few feet away. The shiny object and its slight electromagnetic disturbance momentarily diverted the shark's attention. Seizing this brief window of opportunity, Eli began to paddle with gentle, deliberate strokes, aiming to move closer to the shore without alarming the hammerhead. The shark's curiosity, now split between Eli and the metallic object, maintained a distance but continued to shadow him. As the water began to grow shallower, the silhouette of the hammerhead started to fade into the deeper blue, returning to the mystery's destination but as a place of learning and respect. In the days that followed, Eli's routine didn't change much. He continued to surf, but with a heightened awareness and reverence for the ocean and its inhabitants. He often found himself sitting at the edge of just a coastal town. It was a reminder of the delicate balance of nature and the profound connections waiting to be forged when one approached. The waves beckoned surfers from all around. Sunbay's beaches were legendary, not just for their beauty but for the tales the old-timers told. Stories of brave fishermen and the occasional curious marine creature that ventured too close. The shark seemed to be sizing him up. Before Ethan could react, the shark lunged, biting into his calf. The pain was immediate and intense. Ethan screamed, blood clouding the water around him. Panic set in. He tried to kick the shark away, but the creature was relentless. Upon witnessing the attack, Lucas raised an alarm as he shouted. Nearby, Clara Thompson, a marine biologist on vacation in Sunbay, noticed the unfolding drama. With swift determination, she seized her kayak and began paddling toward Ethan, urging him to stay still as she approached. Clara began banging on the side of her kayak as she approached, creating a diversion. Detecting another presence, the hammerhead shark released its grip on Ethan and shifted its attention toward Clara. This gave Ethan the precious seconds to scramble back onto his surfboard, clutching his injured leg. With the shark now focused on Clara, Lucas paddled over to Ethan and together they made their way back to the shore, their hearts racing. Using her knowledge of sharks, Clara continued to distract the hammerhead until it lost a reminder of the unpredictable nature of the ocean and the creatures that call it home. The news of Ethan's encounter spread rapidly throughout Sunbay. By evening, it was the only topic of discussion. Locals gathered at the town's diner exchanging stories of their close encounters and marveling at Ethan's luck. Its edge with the sun casting golden reflections on the water. The sight was mesmerizing. With their unique head structures, schools of hammerheads swam in harmonious patterns. The raw beauty and grace of their movements replaced Ethan's fear with a profound sense of respect. Feeling a renewed sense of purpose, Ethan felt compelled to give back. Underclaps, beach cleanups, and interactive sessions became regular events in Sunbay, turning the town into a hub for marine conservation. Ethan's resilience and determination became legendary. His story, from trauma to advocacy, inspired countless individuals. It served as a testament to the human spirit's ability to transform pain into purpose. Sunbay's pristine beaches soon became synonymous with natural beauty and a legacy of understanding and conservation. Years passed, and the young surfer who once faced his deepest fears head-on became a beacon of hope. Ethan did find his way back to surfing, but his approach was different. Each time he rode a wave, it wasn't just a sport, but a dance of respect with the ocean. Every splash of water and every gust of wind served as a reminder of the delicate balance of nature and the continuous journey of understanding and coexistence. Unfolded along the rugged coastline of Cape Cod, Massachusetts in 2003. The quaint town of Chatham, known for its picturesque beaches and maritime history, was the backdrop for this harrowing tale. The Cape had a rich maritime heritage with a long shark encounter history, making it a fitting setting for this suspenseful narrative.